Up, you guys, thank you for clicking. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms. I am That African Nurse. I have a blog, also thatafricannurse.com. Be sure to check it out. Thank you. We're gonna get into the meat of the issue today. I'm back at you with another how-to video. Cool. So today's video is how to get into nursing school, assuming that you are already a regular student. By regular, I mean you just finished high school, you're already in college, or just about to get into college. Regular student, how to get into nursing school. First of all, obviously finish high school or get your GED and be in college. So now, assuming that you've done all that, how do you get into nursing school? Because you understand that just because you're in a school doesn't mean you're in a nursing program. So let's say, for example, you are at the University of Oklahoma. Just because you were a student at the University of Oklahoma doesn't mean you are in the University of Oklahoma's nursing program. It increases your chances, but that doesn't mean that you're in. So let's get started. First things first, do your research. Do your research. Find out what school you want to go to, what region you like to go to, what kind of nurse you like to be. So by that I mean you could be a registered nurse, an RN, you could be a BSN, bachelor's degree, or you could be an LVN, licensed vocational nurse. That's what it's called here in Texas. I think it's something different in other parts of the state. But LVN, you get the gist of it. You go to school for a year, you get your LVN, you're making that mullah. That's it. Or you can go to school for about 2.5 years, you get your RN, registered nurse, you're making that mullah. Or you can go to school for about 4.5 years, you get your bachelor's degree, BSN nurse, you're making that mullah still. But what's the difference? The difference, one, is the pay. Two, is it's where you can work and what you can do. And I think that's basically the major difference amongst most of them. I would recommend that you get your bachelor's degree. Why? Because most hospitals are now phasing away LVNs. They don't hire LVNs on the floor already anymore. I mean, most hospitals are also now phasing away the RN. So they're asking you, if you have your RN on your hospital floor, they're asking you to go back and get your BSN. So I would truly recommend that you get your BSN. Just get it out of the way. Do it one time, you're done. If you can, not everyone is blessed with the opportunity to do that. But if you can, go ahead, do that one, done, boom, bam, you're done. You don't ever have to worry about that again. Cool. So do your research, know what kind of nurse you want to be, know what school you want to go to, what region you want to go to. After you've had all that done, know your options. So like I said, you can be an LVN, an RN. There's a lot of things that you could be. So just know your options. You can go to school online these days. You can go to school in person if you're hands-on. The options are endless. Knowledge is wonderful. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. Have that knowledge at your hands, and so you can use it. Know your options. Start early. Always start early. Even though you're already in school and you're years away, you can start preparing early. It's never too early to start preparing. You can start preparing and you can find out what you have to do, where you have to get things at, who you have to talk to. Start early to start planning. Start early to start applying. It's never too early to start. Believe me, it's never too early to start talking to people. Even if, say, you go to University of Oklahoma, just go to the nursing department, have a feel of it, meet an advisor, just talk to someone, start early, plan early, get your ducks in a row early, so when the time comes, you're not rushing. Keep your grade up. That'll be my other tip, is to keep your grade up. So most schools will require that you have a prereq. So a prereq will be like your English class, your literature class, but the core prereqs for nursing, the classes that actually count: anatomy, physiology, nutrition, statistics, math. Some schools will actually request that you have chemistry. Do your prereqs. Keep your grades up, your prereqs. But here's the trick: your science classes, most nursing schools will accept you on a point-based system. So on a point-based system, your science classes have more points over your non-science classes. So your anatomy would give you more points over your literature. So say, for example, you make an A in anatomy and you make a B in literature. You're not quite in a bad spot there, because, or let me take that back. rewind. Say for example, you make an A in anatomy and you make a C in literature. That's not a bad place to be because your anatomy counts more on a point-based system than your literature will count. So keep your grades up, but have in mind that you should work harder at your science-related classes because why? They count more. I have a cheat sheet here. In case I'm looking down, I have a cheat sheet here. So keep your grades up. Prepare for your nursing entrance exam. So like I said, just because you're in a school doesn't mean you have free entry into the nursing program. You have to apply. Most schools require that you take a nursing entrance exam. The two that I know are the HESI and the TEAS. I do know that they're phasing away the HESI and most people are having to take the TEAS. Most schools are now starting to require that you have the TEAS and not the HESI. I took the HESI only because I was lazy. The HESI was simpler, the TEAS was harder, and I didn't feel like studying. The TEAS is not hard, it was just harder. So I only applied to schools that took the HESI. Hence, do your research, know what you want, know what options are available. I knew that I wanted to take the HESI because the HESI was simple. The TEAS, I didn't feel like taking, so I did not take it. But I don't know, I think it has a math, it has English, I want to say biology, chemistry. I'm not sure those four, don't quote me, do your research on that. Do well on those exams because like I said, most nursing school would use a point system, and with a point system, if you do well on that exam, that gives you a good chunk of that, give you a good point. Something else that some people do not know is when you volunteer, it actually adds to your points. It might not give you a big jump, but it might give you a point or two in the point system. So say you have a 4.0, person A has a 4.0, person B has a 4.0, person A has 9 points, person B has 9 points, person A never volunteered anywhere, person B did Meals on Wheels. Now that's an extra point. Person B has 10 points, person A has 9 points. Guess who's going to nursing school? Person B. So sometimes people don't pay attention to little things like that would help. Little things like that would help you because nursing is big on caring for the public. Nursing is big on teaching the public. Nursing is big on community. What have you done for your community? So before I applied to nursing school, while I was taking my prereqs, I volunteered in church with the kids. I volunteered in a nursing home too. I volunteered with the older adults. So do that. Some people do Meals on Wheels. There's the Red Cross. There's little things that gives you an edge up because you want to stand out. Also, you might have an essay. So some schools require that you write an essay. And with writing an essay, you have to write yourself up. I'm not saying lie. I'm saying just write yourself up. Manage yourself up. So with writing an essay, make sure your writing stands out because everyone can get good grades. But sometimes it's not just grades they're looking for. So there you have it. Those are my little tips and tricks on how to get into nursing school. I hope that was helpful. If so, please do like, share, comment, share my videos on social media platforms. Follow me on all social media platforms. Thank you for watching. This is The African Nurse.